Hello, all viewers, and welcome to the Apollo Network. Poseidon here with a game review. Let's make this fast. Today we're talking about the game Caster. According to the developer, Caster is a game where you dash across scenic locations, destroying bug-like creatures called the Flanks, using 6 unique attacks that include massive terrain deformation and high-speed barrages of energy blasts. Caster is an intense third-person action shooter experience with pulse-pounding music that'll keep you wanting more. I gotta say, Caster is by no means a revolutionary game. It hardly compares to modern RPGs or third-person shooters of similar ideas. That being said, I think Caster is a much more fun game than it's given credit for, and personally do not regret buying it. Let's take a look at what we got here. Pros. As I've said, Caster is a fun game. Although it won't deliver endless hours of gameplay and is incredibly short, it's nonetheless still very fun. You start as a young member of a clan called the Casters, called in to eradicate a large group of monstrous bugs called the Flanks. The gameplay is very smooth, and although it took me a moment to learn to use the camera, within one level you master the controls and are ready to take on armies of monsters. The gameplay itself is incredibly fun as well. Using a mix of dashes and jumps, you're able to outrun and dodge the attacks of the Flanks, giving the game a fast-paced feel that makes you feel like you're some kind of hero. And speaking of fast-paced, the music in this game is incredible. Take a listen. Playing this game without headphones is a mistake, and the music really makes the game feel more real. Its beat helps with action sequences and gets your heart pounding. At no point did it feel repetitive or annoying, and just helped to keep me on the edge of my seat. The last pro is the abilities. The abilities are very limited in number, as there's only 6 moves, but each one can be leveled up to devastating power. You start barely able to shoot a single shot of energy, but by the end you are able to tear down and raise up mountains, attributing to the game's terraforming aspect. Maybe it's just me, being able to blow a crater this large in the ground makes me feel incredible. Now let's move on to the cons, and despite how much I love this game, there are a lot of cons. First, let's take care of the elephant in the room, the graphics. I won't lie, the graphics in this game are horrible. They're blocky and a lot of times very strange looking. I know that this is something that bothers a lot of people, and if it does, this game just isn't for you. But if you're like me and not as fazed by poor graphics, you might still be able to enjoy this game. The second con I have to point out is the character customization. Character customization is something gamers love to look for in any game, and this game just doesn't deliver. In fact, there are actually only 4 characters to pick from, and it's really only 2 since there's a male and female version of each character. I hate to complain about this, since the character doesn't matter much as far as the game is concerned, but let's be honest, in what RPG does the character customization really matter? My biggest problem with the game was the lack of story. The story in this game is virtually non-existent. You start by learning that you're from a clan called the Casters, and that you're here to exterminate the monsters called the Flanks, but that's it. That's all you ever learn. Do you care about the only other part of the plot? I guess spoiler alert. In the second half of the game, called the Ladonia region, you learn that there are stones called negastones that interrupt with the powers of your suit, which I suppose give you your powers, although that's never explained, but that's it. You never learn anything else about the rest of the casters, the Flanks, or even what the negastones really are. The dialogue consists only of brief mission descriptions and repetitive about how you need to kill the Flanks and collect energy. Part of this might be because the game was never finished and the last level is still unplayable, which may have explained more about the story, but the fact that after playing all 21 levels, this is all I can tell you is not impressive. If you're imaginative, you can supply your own story, similarly to what I did when I played the game, but that's not something that a game should expect of you, and I have to mark that down as the game's biggest con. In review, we have the pros: fast-paced gameplay, fun and powerful abilities and terraforming, amazing music, and easy gameplay for casual players. On the cons, we have poor graphics, extremely limited character customization, virtually no story, and a very short game. Keep in mind, this game only costs $3 on Steam, and is enough to keep you busy for a slow afternoon. However, I can neither recommend buying it nor recommend not buying it because of the cheap price, but also the pretty cheap gameplay. If you enjoy it, it's easily worth the $3. But if you don't feel like you'd want to play it, don't buy it. This game isn't for everyone and has only 7 bonus levels that you can download in addition to the base game, so its wealth of additional content is very slim. The game is fun for a day, but it's much too short and with much too few features to be worth anything more than a few dollars. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. This is Poseidon, signing off. Talk to you guys later.